Hey, Emily, thank you so much for joining me today. I cannot wait to share your story and for all these women to hear the incredible wisdom that you have to share. So welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Before we begin, though, how about you just tell us a little bit about Emily? Who are you?
Well, I am Emily, and I am 25 years old. I am recently married to a very handsome, very tall man named Andy, and he's listening behind me. It's kind of weird. And I'm a Tampa native, been here my whole life. Went to school here, USF Bulls, go Bulls, woo! Public relations major, and yeah. Grew up here,
Love it.
stayed here, love it.
So what do you do day to day in Tampa now?
Day to day, I am always up early, running, working out, got to get my workout in to start my day. Working, that definitely keeps me busy, hanging out with our friends. We just started going to a new church, so that's been awesome getting to meet and grow with all those people. So yeah.
I love it. And what is your job in Tampa?
My job, I am the development coordinator for the Crisis Center of Tampa Bay, and we handle all suicide calls for our county and crisis counseling and sexual assault exams for our county as well. And my job in particular is managing any events and tours related to the agency and fundraising and marketing and all that.
Wow, it sounds like you have a pretty big job. That sounds incredible. And you're really helping people every day. That's cool.
Yeah, it's definitely got its tough spots, but then we hear the success stories and it definitely makes it worth it.
Absolutely. So as I've been able to start beginning to know you, we've been talking a lot about even just that word setbacks and how sometimes we can be set back or something doesn't go how we thought or planned. And do you mind sharing that story with us?
Yeah, definitely. Well, Andy and I got married back in February, so it's been a little over 3 months now. And about last fall, so I guess about 5 months or so before we got married, it was 2 weeks after I finally became full-time with my current job. And we found out that Andy had lost his job. And just getting ready to get married and starting our life together and this whole new thing that neither of us had been married or anything, and just having, the rug pulled out from underneath us and being caught off guard with it all. And just the fact that his job was with our church, it was just this whole, just not knowing where we're at, where we're going, what God's wanting from us, what he's wanting to show us through all of this. So it's just definitely, I think it's like the definition of setback.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's so hard. And are you guys, you're still journeying through? Has Andy found what's next for him, or is this literally real time, like we're journeying through the setback?
Well, we've miraculously come through it pretty quickly. I mean, looking back, I thought that it would be a lot longer of a journey, but we took we stayed at our church for a couple months and tried to work through it. And it was hard just because we had so many relationships, and it's hard to make that transition from being involved and helping with everything to all of a sudden you're just attending and sitting in the audience and you're kind of like, oh my gosh, something went wrong. I want to help and change it. And I can't. And, but yeah, it's been great. I mean, Andy went without a job for like a week and a half and still works there. He's got some awesome bosses and people that he's able to work with now. We found this new church back in the beginning of February. So literally 3 weeks before we got married, and everybody's been super welcoming. And it's like a small little house church, completely different from this mega church that we were going to in Tampa and all these different locations. And now we're in this small little house church in a couple's loft. And there's and we make dinner and we have worship, and it's like on an acoustic guitar, and there's no lights and fog machines or anything. And it's so different, but it's like perfect for us now.
That's cool. I'm sure that sense of community is really, it's special in helping you guys too. That would be fun. Yeah. I love it. That's cool. So if you were sitting across from another woman on her own becoming journey, similar to what you and I are doing right now, what would you say to encourage her specifically in this setback area?
I would just say that, no matter what's going on and what you're facing, and just not understanding why something is happening and why it's happening when it's happening and what exactly God's, shaping your life to look like, just understand that it's a temporary setback and it's just God's way of, making you stronger and building you up and pushing your faith and just making you push yourself into being the woman of God that he's molding you into being,
Yeah, absolutely. That's so huge. Thanks for sharing the story that led into those words of wisdom, because that is something that we all face. Like, we all make plans and we all aspire, like, we're going towards what we aspire to be. And it very often, God, a lot of times, like, actually, here's the plan, or he changes things. And sometimes, like, even for you guys, you don't know the complete outcome yet. But I love how neither you or Andy has given up, relentlessly pursuing becoming who God made both of you to be, and pursuing who he made you to be as a couple, as a newly married couple. And it's inspiring. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, definitely.
I love it. So, and you have a blog, you write. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I started it. I mean, it's only been a couple months. I think I started at the end of April, but it was just kind of my outlet, since I don't get to write necessarily with my job, and I enjoy it. And I'm really into cooking and baking and all that too. So there's a lot of random recipes along with just random, thoughts and
love it.
What's going on.
That's so awesome. I love it. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for chatting today and sharing your story, and the encouragement to not view setbacks as a reason to give up, but to keep pushing forward. That was good stuff. So thank you. And all of you, make sure to go follow Emily on social media. Check out her blog. You will not regret it. She is one incredible woman, and I know we'll have a lot to continue to learn from her on her journey as well. So thank you, Emily.
Thank you.